Reaching 70 or 80 doesn't mean the best is behind you. In fact, this phase of life can be a gateway to deeper wisdom, richer relationships, and a renewed sense of purpose. Imagine the possibility that you could celebrate your 100th birthday feeling as vital and curious as ever. What if there are clear signs, little clues in your daily habits, mindset, and choices that point to a life stretching well into the triple digits? You might already be displaying these signs without realizing it. By identifying them now, you could unlock a fresh surge of optimism for the years to come. Have you ever wondered whether some people are simply destined to reach 100? Perhaps you've met an older neighbor whose radiant spirit belies every candle on the birthday cake, or you've heard of centenarians who still find time for daily walks and spirited conversations. Could you be one of those rare individuals on the same path, waiting to discover the simple yet powerful habits that support longevity? These 5 signs aren't out of reach. They're grounded in day-to-day realities that can elevate your well-being, no matter the challenges you faced or the choices that led you here. There's a bold promise behind these signs. If you recognize and nurture them, you might find yourself on a clearer road to a longer, healthier life. And length of years isn't just about the calendar. It's about quality, joy, and the ability to remain engaged in what matters most to you. Each sign we'll discuss holds the potential to spark hope, to re-energize your perspective, and to remind you that it's never too late to shape your future with intention. As you watch, ask yourself, am I already doing some of these things? Could I embrace them more fully? If you like this video, don't forget to comment your country below. If not, comment your age. We want to hear your voice either way. At 70 or 80, life can still be bright and full of promise. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. These signs are not about defying nature, but rather flowing with it, honoring the resources you built over a lifetime, and applying them toward tomorrow's possibilities. No matter what obstacles you've encountered so far, you have the power to see life in a different light. The next chapter is yours to write, and these 5 signs can be your roadmap to a fuller, more inspired journey ahead. Whether it's staying curious, building strong bonds, caring for your health, fostering a hopeful outlook, or discovering a profound sense of purpose, each sign fuels the others in a cycle of vitality. Let's begin by exploring what it means to keep that flame of curiosity alive, because in many ways, it's at the heart of staying young at any age. Sign 1. Unwavering curiosity and continuous learning often stand out as a defining quality of those who thrive well into their later years. If your mind still lights up with questions about technology, culture, history, or just the subtle changes in the world around you, you may already hold a powerful key to extended longevity. There's something remarkable that happens when the intellect remains active. It stimulates pathways in the brain that encourage mental agility, protect memory, and fortify emotional resilience. Curiosity isn't limited to academic pursuits. Perhaps you've recently taken an interest in gardening, wanting to know the names of different roses and the nuances of soil composition. Or maybe you've joined a local community group to learn about quilting or genealogy. The specific topic matters less than the genuine desire to discover. When you keep learning, you anchor yourself in the present moment, connecting with what's new while building on the reservoir of insight you've accumulated over decades. Scientists often discuss the concept of neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to reorganize and form new connections. Even in your 70s or 80s, your brain retains this remarkable capacity to adapt. Trying out a new recipe, exploring a different language, or reading up on the latest digital gadgets can all spur the creation of fresh neural pathways. This ongoing development doesn't just keep your mind sharp, it can also positively affect your mood. People who remain intellectually engaged often report lower levels of depression and anxiety, partly because they focus on growth rather than limitations. Consider the story of a retired schoolteacher who began painting in her late 70s, despite never having touched a canvas before. Initially, she worried she might make mistakes or produce work that fell short of her expectations. Yet each time she dipped her brush in paint, she felt a spark of excitement. Over months, her paintings improved, and more importantly, she discovered a profound sense of joy in the creative process. Her friends and family noticed she seemed more alive, more open to conversation, and more resilient when challenges arose. Such examples highlight how intellectual engagement can also strengthen emotional resilience. When you're enthusiastic about a project or a subject, your mind naturally shifts away from dwelling on aches, pains, or regrets. Curiosity can pull you forward, filling your days with purpose. It offers something to look forward to each morning and something to reflect on each night. Sometimes, it's as simple as picking up a magazine on a topic you've never explored, watching a documentary that broadens your view, or chatting with a younger family member to learn about trends and perspectives you never encountered before. This curiosity-driven approach doesn't require monumental changes. Small steps, like reading a daily article, attending a local class, or even hopping online to watch tutorials, can make a measurable difference. When you integrate this learning mindset into your routine, you slowly transform your life from a static pattern into a dynamic journey, no matter your age. Over time, this mindset can become so ingrained that it shapes your responses to adversity, helping you handle life's curveballs with creativity and composure. If you find yourself thinking, "I'm too old to start something new," remember that this belief can become a self-imposed barrier. Releasing that doubt can open doors you never knew existed. You've spent decades accumulating experiences, insights, and perspectives. Now you have the freedom to focus on what intrigues you most without the constraints you might have faced in earlier stages of life. By giving yourself permission to keep learning, you're not only enriching your present, but you're also laying the groundwork for a future that continues to hold surprises and joys. The first sign of possibly reaching 100 is woven into this sense of ongoing curiosity. If you find yourself engaged in learning, hungry for knowledge, or eager to try novel experiences, you may already be well on your way. Each new skill or fact you pick up isn't just adding to your mental library. It's also contributing to your vitality, your resilience, and perhaps your longevity. The mind that remains open rarely grows stale, and the person who keeps asking questions is often the one who steps boldly into another decade of life, excited to discover what comes next. Sign 2. Strong social connections and supportive communities are often hailed as cornerstones of longevity. If you're blessed with a circle of trusted friends, close family members, or even a vibrant community group, you may be exhibiting the second sign of a long life ahead. Human beings, by nature, thrive on connection. The warmth of a smile, the encouragement of a loved one, or the simple act of sharing a meal can ease feelings of isolation that sometimes creep in after 70 or 80. Research consistently links robust social ties to better mental health, lower stress levels, and even reduced risks of chronic illness. But beyond the science, think about your own experiences. Have you ever noticed how a casual chat or a heartfelt conversation can lift your spirits, almost like a tonic for the soul? That's because connecting with others activates positive emotions and reassures you that you're not walking life's path alone. Friends and family can offer practical help when needed, like driving you to appointments or assisting with errands. But they also provide emotional support, laughter, and shared memories that nourish your heart. Regular interactions, whether in person or through phone calls and video chats, can cut through the sense of loneliness that can settle in later life. Even small gestures, such as sending postcards, writing letters, or forwarding humorous stories, can strengthen bonds. If you have the ability to attend local gatherings, like church events, senior centers, or hobby clubs, You might find these meetups become highlights of your week. The sense of belonging that arises in these spaces is powerful. It reaffirms your value in a collective setting, reminding you that people genuinely care about your voice and presence. Some elders flourish in intergenerational settings, such as reading to kindergarten classes or mentoring younger adults. By sharing your stories and wisdom, you not only give back to the community, but also reignite your own passion for life. This reciprocity can spark a renewed sense of purpose, as you realize that your experiences, both triumphs and struggles, hold invaluable lessons for others. It's a beautiful cycle. You help them grow, and in turn, their gratitude and energy remind you that you still have much to offer. Anecdotes abound of seniors who have rediscovered the will to live fully after rekindling old friendships or forging new ones. One widow found new happiness by joining a local walking club, building strong connections that eventually led to travel adventures with her newfound companions. Another elder moved in with a relative and found joy in tutoring her grandchildren, demonstrating that closeness need not be limited to peers of the same age. Every act of support, big or small, contributes to emotional well-being. Should you feel isolated, know that it's never too late to build or rebuild a network. Technology can bridge physical gaps, allowing you to video call someone across the globe, while community bulletin boards or senior-focused social media groups can introduce you to locals who share your interests. Churches, libraries, and community centers also host events that cater specifically to older adults. Sometimes, the first step, such as showing up to a meeting or reaching out to an old friend, can feel daunting. But often, these initial efforts blossom into friendships that enrich your life in ways you never expected. The bottom line is this: if you're connected to others, actively nurturing those bonds, and open to new social encounters, you're displaying a vital sign for living a long, fulfilling life. Supportive relationships encourage better coping mechanisms, enabling you to face health issues or emotional hurdles with resilience. They provide a safety net, reminding you that while you are indeed capable of independence, you also have a circle that holds you through life's storms. That sense of unity and shared warmth is a profound testament to the fact that we're all in this together, and that spirit can carry you joyfully through many more birthdays yet to come. Sign 3. A healthy routine marked by balanced meals and gentle exercise represents the third sign that you might be headed towards celebrating your 100th birthday. After decades of living, your body has been your most loyal companion, carrying you through every milestone. Taking consistent care of it now, no matter your past ups and downs, can pave the way for a longer, more active future. When we talk about balanced meals, we're looking at nutrition that fuels rather than depletes. Think of plates filled with colorful fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats found in foods like avocados or nuts. These choices can keep blood sugar levels more stable, support cardiovascular health, and help maintain a comfortable weight. Some elders worry they're too old to overhaul their diets, but small shifts, like adding a serving of leafy greens or replacing sugary snacks with fresh fruit, can make a meaningful difference over time. Gentle exercise isn't about intense workouts or marathons. It's about staying engaged with your body's capabilities. A consistent walking routine, if your mobility allows, can do wonders for circulation and joint flexibility. If walking isn't feasible, chair exercises, water aerobics, or carefully guided stretching can keep your muscles stimulated. The idea is to find activities that fit your comfort zone and gradually challenge you to stay in motion. Physical activity not only promotes a healthier heart, but also nourishes your mental well-being by releasing endorphins, the feel-good hormones that can boost your mood. A consistent routine that includes mealtimes and exercise sessions often reflects discipline. This discipline, in turn, can be linked to longevity. It might sound strict, but think of it as creating a safe, predictable rhythm for your body. When your body knows it will receive food and activity at roughly the same times each day, it can optimize its metabolic processes and maintain steadier energy levels. This helps guard against extreme fatigue and can improve your overall sense of well-being. For those with limited mobility, it's crucial to adapt. Speak to your healthcare provider or a physical therapist about low-impact exercises tailored to your needs. If standing for too long is difficult, you might do simple arm lifts, leg stretches, or gentle core exercises while seated. If you're dealing with specific conditions like arthritis, warming up with a hot shower before movement can reduce stiffness. The more you learn to work around physical limitations, the more empowered you become in sustaining an active lifestyle. Practical tips can be a game changer. Planning and prepping meals in advance ensures that nutritious options are always on hand, reducing the temptation of quick, less healthy fixes. If you live alone, consider joining meal-sharing programs or cooking clubs for seniors, which not only provide balanced dishes but also foster community engagement. Setting reminders on your phone or a simple wall calendar can help you keep track of exercise sessions or mealtimes. One shining example comes from an 85-year-old who took daily morning walks, rain or shine, and credited this routine for her remarkable health. She often said the hardest part was tying her shoes and stepping out the door, but once she started, the habit formed a reliable structure for her entire day. Her consistent activity gave her better mobility, clearer thinking, and the cheerful energy that she shared with everyone she met. If you're already making any effort, whether big or small, to eat well and move more, you're putting yourself in a favorable position for longevity. Over time, the cumulative benefits add up: improved muscle tone, better balance, reduced stress, and an overall sense that life remains vibrant and possible. You might have encountered setbacks or health challenges along the way, but a dedicated approach to nourishing your body can reignite a feeling of control over your health. And that, in itself, is a potent ingredient in the recipe for a long, active life. Sign 4. A positive outlook and an adaptable mindset form the fourth sign that you may be on track to reach 100 years. Life after 70 can be peppered with change, retirements, relocations, new health considerations, or shifts in family dynamics. Yet it's often not the changes themselves that determine your path, but how you react to them. If you can meet difficulties with a hopeful attitude, seeing them as challenges rather than catastrophes, you strengthen your psychological armor and boost your potential for lasting well-being. Hopefulness is more than mere wishful thinking. It's the lens through which you interpret events. When setbacks occur, like an unexpected expense or a health scare, do you immediately assume the worst, or do you consider possible solutions and remind yourself that you've conquered trials before? This self-talk can drastically influence your stress levels, which in turn can affect your blood pressure, sleep quality, and immune system. An optimistic person may still feel the sting of life's hardships, but they also trust that a brighter chapter can follow. Adaptability goes hand in hand with optimism. It's the willingness to say, "My situation has changed, so what can I do differently?" Perhaps your favorite form of exercise is no longer feasible. Rather than giving up, you might explore a gentler alternative. Or if you've moved closer to family, you might embrace the opportunity to try new local activities, even if you miss your old neighbors. This flexible approach helps you stay engaged, keeps you from getting stuck in frustration, and opens doors to new experiences you may come to cherish. Consider real stories of elders who gracefully navigated drastic transitions. One man in his late 70s found himself downsizing from a large house to a smaller apartment. Initially, he felt uneasy, mourning the loss of space and memories tied to his former home. But he reframed the move as a fresh start. He organized his new place thoughtfully, joined a local gardening club, and discovered the joy of having fewer possessions to manage. Over time, he described feeling lighter, both emotionally and physically, because he chose to adapt instead of lament. A positive outlook can act like an internal fountain of youth. It doesn't erase wrinkles or reverse physical ailments, but it often leads to the kind of energy and spirit people associate with youthfulness. When you greet each day with a mindset of possibility, you radiate a calm assurance that life still holds value and delight, no matter your years. This attitude can also improve your relationships. Loved ones may find it uplifting to be around someone who sees more than just the negatives. If you struggle with pessimistic thoughts, small shifts in daily habits can help. A gratitude practice, for instance, involves writing down a few things you appreciate each day, training your brain to look for silver linings. Engaging in light meditation or prayer can also center your thoughts, reminding you that each new sunrise offers fresh hope. The main idea is that optimism isn't a fixed trait, but rather a skill you can nurture over time. The next time you face a challenge, be it a technology hurdle, a health concern, or a family squabble, ask yourself how you can adapt with grace. If you spot solutions or find a perspective that balances realism with hope, you're stepping further into a mindset that supports longevity. It's not about denying life's difficulties, but about meeting them on your own terms and remembering your resilience. This approach can infuse your days with a quiet confidence that, yes, even in your 70s or 80s, you're capable of growth and capable of welcoming many tomorrows yet to come. Sign 5. Purpose and meaningful engagement form the fifth and final sign that you might journey confidently toward 100 years. As you age, roles and responsibilities shift. Perhaps you've retired from a long-standing career, or your children have grown and moved away. These changes can create a void, leaving you to wonder, what now? Yet if you discover, or rediscover, a sense of purpose and overarching why that breathes life into each day, you may find that vitality resurfaces in unexpected ways. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as personal as caring for a garden, mentoring a grandchild, volunteering at a local food bank, or offering a listening ear to neighbors who need companionship. The key is that you feel your actions matter, that you're contributing to something larger than yourself, or even just nurturing a cherished pastime that sparks joy. This sense of meaning can lift you from bed each morning with a feeling of anticipation, fueling both mental and physical energy. Take the story of an 82-year-old who began volunteering at a community center, reading stories to children once a week. Initially, it was something to pass the time, but it quickly became her life's new passion. The children's laughter and curiosity reminded her of the days when she taught her own kids to read. She found herself practicing voices for different characters, brainstorming story ideas, and eagerly awaiting her weekly sessions. That spark of purpose rippled into other areas of her life. She started cooking healthier meals, walking more to build stamina, and even keeping a journal to record memorable moments with the children. Having a why also helps the body fight stress. When challenges arise, medical, financial, or emotional, a sense of purpose serves as a compass. It reminds you that there's still something meaningful waiting for you on the other side of adversity, giving you the strength to persevere. This shift can influence biological factors as well. Research suggests that people with a strong sense of purpose often have lower inflammatory markers in their blood, correlating with better overall health. Maybe you've felt disconnected recently, uncertain of what your next chapter should hold. Start by examining your interests. Do you care deeply about animals, the environment, arts, or local governance? Perhaps you'd like to record your memoirs, gather family recipes, or organize events for fellow seniors. Each of these outlets can reignite the flame of engagement. And if something no longer resonates, allow yourself the flexibility to try something new. Purpose evolves with you, reflecting your changing passions and circumstances. In some cases, elders find meaning in supporting others who are in the same boat. Peer mentoring or community leadership can be deeply fulfilling. Sharing your experiences, be it dealing with a specific health challenge or navigating retirement, can guide those who feel lost. Meanwhile, your own life gains new depth as you see how your trials and triumphs can be a beacon for someone else. If you already have a cause or hobby that fills you with enthusiasm, recognize it for the treasure it is. Cultivating purpose in your 70s or 80s might be simpler than it was in earlier decades, because you bring a wealth of experience and emotional maturity to the table. Less time is spent on the frantic juggling of responsibilities. More can be directed toward what genuinely lights up your spirit. Whether that's joining a local choir, tending a neighborhood garden, or volunteering at a hospital, the effect is the same. You're investing in a life that feels purposeful, and that investment can pay dividends in sustained health, stronger relationships, and a surging motivation to greet the next day. Now that we've explored all 5 signs, continuous learning, strong social connections, a healthy routine, a positive outlook, and a keen sense of purpose, let's revisit how they interlock and guide you toward the possibility of living to 100 or beyond. Each sign stands on its own merit, but together they form a synergy that amplifies your overall well-being. Think of them as the strands of a sturdy rope, each contributing to the strength that can pull you through the challenges of aging and into a life that remains rich and meaningful. Continuous learning enriches the mind. It keeps you curious, flexible, and more receptive to new possibilities. This intellectual engagement, in turn, makes you more adept at social interactions, because you bring fresh ideas to conversations and maintain a certain vibrancy that draws people in. When your social circle expands and you remain open to new friendships, you cultivate the emotional support needed to tackle life's ups and downs. You share experiences, laugh together, lean on each other, and discover that life is less daunting when it's a communal effort. That sense of community often propels you to stay physically and mentally active. You have reasons to meet up, reasons to prepare healthy meals, and reasons to take care of yourself so you can continue participating fully in the lives of those you care about. Exercising with friends, sharing recipes, or simply encouraging each other to stick with a balanced routine can make all the difference. The consistency you find in a healthy schedule reaffirms that your body deserves care, no matter how many birthdays you've celebrated. Small steps, a gentle walk, a nutritious lunch, or a mindful breathing session accumulate into a substantial impact over weeks, months, and years. A positive outlook ties these habits together, acting like the glue that holds them in place when life storms appear. Optimism doesn't negate reality. It simply informs how you respond. You become better at coping, finding silver linings, and maintaining faith in your resilience. This approach helps you bounce back faster from illnesses or setbacks, because your mind is primed to seek solutions rather than surrender to despair. Embracing a glass-half-full perspective also makes you more enjoyable to be around, reinforcing the social connections that are vital for emotional health. Finally, purpose stands as the bedrock that gives life its deeper meaning. When you know why you're waking up each day, whether it's to nurture a garden, support a community, mentor younger generations, or explore a creative passion, you gain a sense of direction. This inner drive can transform ordinary routines into acts of devotion, fueling every other aspect of a healthy lifestyle. Purpose makes learning more exciting, relationships more fulfilling, physical health more rewarding, and positivity more sustainable. It ties everything together, reminding you that each moment of your life has value, and that your presence in the world matters. It's never too late to adopt these signs or deepen your commitment to them. If you've been feeling stuck, take heart. Small changes, consistently applied, can produce remarkable benefits over time. Maybe you start by reading a new book on a topic you've always been curious about. Or perhaps you schedule a coffee date with an old friend you've lost touch with, or commit to a 10-minute walk each morning. Gradually, as these practices become part of your daily life, you might notice shifts in your energy levels, moods, and overall sense of possibility. You've weathered countless storms, personal, professional, and physical. Now, you can harness that spirit of resilience to craft a future that doesn't just let you live longer, but live better. Longevity isn't solely about reaching a certain number. It's about feeling engaged, vibrant, and open to what life still has in store. Each of these signs is a doorway to that future. By stepping through them, one by one or all at once, you reinforce your readiness to celebrate not just your 70s or 80s, but potentially your 90s, and that magical 100th birthday and beyond. As you stand on the threshold of this next chapter, remember that you don't have to walk it alone. Share your journey with others. Encourage them to comment their country if they find hope in these signs, or their age if they're still searching for that spark. Community support and collective wisdom can make even the toughest transitions more manageable, and it all starts with a single conversation or a single moment of connection. So here's an invitation. Reflect on these signs, pick one that resonates most with you, and focus on cultivating it. Keep in mind that change doesn't need to happen overnight. Every day is a fresh chance to build on yesterday's efforts. And if all 5 signs already speak to you, celebrate that as a testament to the life you've lived so far, a life that may still have many vibrant years waiting just around the corner. Whether you've known it or not, you've been quietly preparing yourself for a future that extends well beyond today. Trust in that preparation, nurture these signs, and step forward with the confidence that your best years could truly be yet to come. Thank you for joining us here at Wise Seniors Hub. Your time and attention mean the world, and we hope these 5 signs spark a renewed sense of optimism in your heart. If you found this discussion enlightening, consider subscribing for more inspiring content aimed at helping you embrace the later stages of life with joy, wisdom, and unshakable purpose. Every sunrise is an invitation to extend your story, to continue exploring new paths, connecting with others, and discovering the depth of your own resilience. By keeping an open mind, nurturing supportive relationships, caring for your physical and emotional health, staying positive, and finding that sense of meaning, you're laying the groundwork for an extraordinary journey that could lead you all the way to 100 years and beyond. Let these signs be your guide, and remember, it's never too late to believe in the promise of tomorrow. From all of us at Wise Seniors Elders, here's to each step you take toward a life that's not just long, but rich in every sense. We'll be here cheering you on every single day.